Dumbo, you're not dumb. Don't disrespect yourself. Do the Celtics need to make any trades or big moves in NBA free agency, or are they set? Look, with the success of this year, I think the Celtics are fine. I mean, back a couple months ago when the Celtics started the year with a pretty big sample size beneath 500, those rumblings of trading away Jaylen Brown to open up opportunities for Jayson Tatum were real, but I think Boston is set moving ahead. The re-signing of Robert Williams has been a game changer for Boston as a rim protector. His defensive ability throughout the NBA Finals, straight up superb. Marcus Smart is your future point guard. He's a foxhole guy who you want on a championship team. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they are stars in this league. And Tatum, look, young shades of a Kobe Bryant with how he's been playing of late. So the Celtics don't really need to do much. And honestly, are people giving Brad Stevens enough credit? He goes to the front office. He hires Ime Udoka, game changer at head coach. He makes a trade for Al Horford, pivotal to the Celtics' success this year. Re-signs Marcus Smart and Robert Williams, two pivotal components on the Celtics roster. Brad Stevens deserves credit. He was deemed the wonder kid as a coach, didn't live up to those lofty expectations outside of a couple of Eastern Conference Finals appearances. But as an executive, it's been really, really good. One more question before we get out of here. Rate the Celtics roster from 1 to 30. I'm going to put you to the test in the comment section down below. You let me know where the Celtics stand from 1 to 30 at the NBA level. 30 teams in the NBA, so make sure you get your votes in. Next question is coming in from Angry Man. Do you think that Jayson Tatum has been outplayed by Steph Curry in the NBA Finals? Could the Celtics trade him? Thoroughly outplayed by Steph Curry in the NBA Finals. And going into it, you're looking at the young star who is chasing his first ring and the bona fide superstar in Steph Curry chasing his fourth, who did not have an NBA Finals MVP. And Steph Curry has been the better player overall. And I think that Tatum has really struggled in a variety of ways. Andrew Wiggins has defended him really well. He's been bothered. His shooting percentage from 2 is lower than Steph Curry's shooting percentage from 3. He's been erratic and inconsistent. He just set the record for the most turnovers in NBA playoffs history. And Curry has been the better superstar player. I think that Tatum is a star on the precipice of becoming a superstar. And maybe the finals experience will be a good learning experience for Jayson Tatum. Would I trade him away? Absolutely not. He's one of the best young players in the league, and I love the future of the Boston Celtics. What do you think? Is Tatum a top 10 player? Type Y for yes or type N for no. I think he's on the outside looking in, but that's more of a byproduct of the talent level at the NBA level being as deep as it's ever been. To all of our loyal subscribers getting those questions in, we greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to us here at Chat Sports, do so right now by hitting that red subscribe button for more content like this. Another question coming in from Anthony Suarez. Could the Celtics trade for Rudy Gobert? That's pretty juicy. And when you talk about monster rumors, that one is certainly up there with some of the big rumors out there on the NBA streets right now. I don't really think that the Boston Celtics need to trade for Rudy Gobert. First of all, I'm not paying a big man more than $40 million, especially a guy who's offensively limited, who I think is a little bit overrated when it comes to his defense. Yes, he's a generational defensive player, but when he goes up against athletic bigs, he can also be a turnstile in some of these switches. Rudy Gobert can get picked apart, and we've seen it time and time again in the playoffs. And then as an offensive player, he's really just an alley-oop threat who can't shoot and can be a liability from the free throw line. And for Boston, Robert Williams, tremendous throughout the playoff run en route to the NBA Finals. And I was wrong about the Time Lord's contract. I didn't understand it at the time. Now, first, it was reported to be worth more money than it actually was. Then the actual contract was a little bit lower. But we see what Brad Stevens saw in Robert Williams as just a fantastic rim protector and shot blocker. So I don't think you need to trade for Rudy Gobert. A reminder for all of you. A lot of you who are watching right now are subscribed to the channel, as we have surpassed a milestone here at Chat Sports of 300,000 subscribers. And a big reason why we've been able to grow our subscriber count, we kick it off with our live events. And we're going to be doing that on Thursday, June 23rd for the 2022 NBA Draft. We'll be live breaking down every single selection for both rounds, seeing which players go where, and some of the fascinating storylines that do ensue. So make sure you subscribe and join us if you haven't done so already. You see the link flashing at the bottom of your screen. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv, or simply just hit that red subscribe button. Magic Mitch, do you have any NBA draft sleepers? Yeah, I recently talked about this on one of our main chat sports shows. NBA draft sleepers right now. Jalen Williams out of Santa Clara, prototypical 3-and-D guy who could play really good defense and hit about 40% of his three-point attempts. He's climbing up draft boards right now, could sneak into the first round. Kofi Coburn out of Illinois is just a physical low down low. Has to be better free throws, because if not, he'll be a liability late in games, but on both ends, really good. Colin Gillespie, what a wonderful career at Villanova. A couple trips to national championship games, 2 Final Fours, Big East Player of the Year last year. Is just really good and a heady point guard. Jake LaRavia out of Wake Forest can kind of do it all offensively and defensively. And Kai Soto. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Kai Soto. I think over time, he can be a pretty solid rotational big man at the NBA level. If guys like Taco Fall and Boban Marjanovic can stay on NBA rosters, I think Kai Soto can make it as well. Who are your top 5 NBA draft prospects in order? Okay, so this is funny because I was going to hit on this, and we've talked about it some over time. Here is my list of the top 5 prospects in the 2022 NBA draft class, and my list is different than a lot of people out there. I have Chet Holmgren all the way down at number 4 because I have serious concerns about how he's going to be able to add weight over time and if he's going to be able to add weight to his frame. He's a little bit too skinny. And don't come at me with, well, if Kevin Durant can flourish and succeed at the NBA level with that body type, can't Chet Holmgren? That's disrespectful. Completely different players, and Kevin Durant is one of the best shot makers that we've ever seen in the history of the NBA, and Chet Holmgren doesn't have the elements of his offensive game that KD has in his toolbox. But my top 5 prospects, it's Jabari Smith. The length, the athleticism, the bounce, the offensive play, 40+% from 3. Love his work ethic, and he can literally score from anywhere on the floor. And I think scoring ability is the number 1 attribute when evaluating draft prospects. Because of that length and that athleticism, he can be a legitimate two-way player. Paolo Banchero reminds me a little bit of Chris Webber. His shooting stroke is somewhat clean, and he has to get a little bit better defensively, but he can do a lot offensively, passing and scoring really like him. Jaden Ivey doesn't necessarily have the athleticism of a Ja Morant, but has the explosiveness and the athleticism to take over games. And then Benedict Mathurin coming in at number 5. I think people are sleeping on him as a guy who could be one of the top 5 prospects in addition to Shaedon Sharpe. I really like him, but those 5 guys right now, my top 5 prospects in this upcoming 2022 NBA draft class. Let me know your top 5 prospects in the draft. Get creative in the comment section right now. Key with this, which trade rumor do you think will actually happen? That's a good one. I think DeAndre Ayton is going to leave the Phoenix Suns, and I think that he is going to get traded, and I think it's going to be a sign and trade. I don't think that DeAndre Ayton is going to be allowed to leave by the Phoenix Suns for nothing as a former number 1 overall pick, so I do think he gets dealt somewhere to a team that needs a center, like the Dallas Mavericks, maybe the Charlotte Hornets, Portland Trail Blazers, a sneaky team out there as well.